Hi, and welcome to Geno's Tuesday Morning Picks. Let's get to 3 stories from the weekend and give you some thoughts for gambling on those games. First of all, we've got to talk about the Giants in Dallas Sunday night because I think that loss is going to affect the Giants at least for the next couple weeks. It's not bad enough they don't have JPP, but now you are 4 yards away, like 4 fingers, 4 yards away. JPP can count those yards on one hand. You're 4 yards away with 114 seconds left, and you can't put this team away. It is the worst clock management I've ever seen. And it just gets worse when guys deny it. And you get these stories coming out like Rashad Jennings saying, well, they told me not to score. And then Peyton Manning thinking he's doing the right thing, falling on the proverbial sword, saying it was my fault. I lost track of the downs. Really? The weekend of 9/11, when we're all trying to remember the phrase never forget, and you're going to say you lost track of downs, all you did was something far worse. You reenacted another tragic collapse. Look, all I'm saying is this will linger with the Giants, especially when you realize they were stuck in an airplane 4 hours in the Dallas airport thinking about their malfunction. So this is a team that's embarrassed, especially when I point this out. This is something so bad that it would never even happen to the Jets. And by that, I simply mean no one in the Jets huddle is saying, hey, maybe we shouldn't score on this play. That's implied every down. Think about this loss before you throw money on the Giants and Falcons game. Okay, speaking of the Falcons, what a coinky dink. That's called a segue, people. How about the Dirty Birds taking out the Eagles last night? We learned 2 things from this. One, something all the gamblers know, that Vegas is kind of always right. Because despite the fact that 81% of the money was on the Eagles all week, that line didn't budge from 3. They didn't jack it up a point because they were happy to have you keep pouring in the money. And more importantly, 2, that Chip Kelly isn't a mad scientist, but he's a maddening idiot. Because for all the talk we had about the Eagles offense and all the different gears they had between Bradford and Ryan Matthews and DeMarco Murray and Jordan Matthews and Nelson Aguilar, as much as their offense is like a Lamborghini, just like that Lamborghini, all those gears don't work if your clutch doesn't work. And the Eagles do not have that, as evidenced by the fact when they finally came back and took the lead, the next drive, the Falcons immediately scored on a 47-yard clutch field goal from steady Eddie Matt Bryant. And then what did the Eagles do? Could they answer? No, because they went down the field and they got in that gray area, and on a 3rd and 1 before the field goal, I'm getting to that. On the 3rd and 1, he trots out Ryan Matthews, who's more likely to break a clavicle than he is a tackle, and he gets stopped. And then what does he do? Does the mad scientist dig deep into his bag of tricks? No, he digs even deeper into his vagina and trots out Cody Parkey, who misses a 44-yard field goal. And then on the next series, after the Falcons run the ball into the ground, they throw a pick on a glancing pass off Jordan Matthews. You have to be able to make the big plays. They couldn't. A turnover and a missed field goal in the final 2 minutes, and their final 2.5 minutes of possession. My point is this: the Eagles offense may look great on paper, but it has a lot of moving parts, and those parts need time to gel. And you may want to think about that when you're betting the Eagles the next few weeks. And one more story, people. Let's talk about it. Peyton Manning. I've been saying this since the preseason picks. I don't know that he finishes the season under center for the Broncos because he still has that nagging leg. And when you can't plant your foot in the ground, then you lose zip on your passes. And when you're a 39-year-old quarterback who doesn't have zip on his passes, you lose your zip somewhere else, on your house, because you're fired and you have to look for a new job. And that is what I'm very concerned may happen to Peyton Manning, because why are you going to invest all this time and effort on a guy with one good leg when you have 4 great legs in C.J. Anderson and Ronnie Hillman and a run-oriented new head coach in Gary Kubiak? Something to think about. You may want to tuck away Brock Osweiler.
You shut the fuck up and pay your fucking rent?
I'm making a video.
What the fuck is this?
Tell him I said hi.
This is fucking stupid.
Kevin Dombrowski, everybody!
Now, by the way, you called Eli Peyton, you fucking retard.
That's my editor. Just replace Peyton with Eli. That check is gonna clear. Kevin?